Yo, alright guys, hope you're doing well. Just got some questions to go through today. So let's begin. So, first question is about masturbation. NoFap, as people like to call it. Hi Lewis, I wonder if NoFap / not ejaculating is really that powerful. I am not really disciplined in it yet. The most I can keep it is 2 weeks, and I remember feeling some changes, but I checked your videos on it, of course, and a few other videos on YouTube, and they claim huge benefits. For example, much better willpower, you achieve much more, no brain fog, girls more attracted to you somehow, etc. I want your opinion if you can achieve really good things and big benefits. So I would say for a guy, it is probably one of the most important things to learn how to do is to hold on to your semen, basically. I did a video on it a few weeks back now. I think it's called Captains Look After Your Semen, and basically talks about how important it is to kind of hold on to it. It's a really powerful energy center, and if you can keep hold of your semen, it kind of retains zinc, it increases your testosterone levels, it makes you feel more grounded, it makes you feel more awake, more alert, more aware. And it was a big problem for me when I was in relationships, because when I would ejaculate, I would feel some really bad effects because it would drain my energy, and a lot of guys don't realise that this is what's happening to them day in, day out when they're, sleeping with their girlfriends or partners and, masturbating all the time, and it's just really not a good thing to do. If you go into Dr. Wilson's website, type in masturbation, you'll find an article on there, and it'll talk to you about how you can rejuvenate your sexual fluids. But in general, it's super, super important to keep hold of it as much as possible. If you're ill, if you're sick, you don't want to be doing it any more than once a month. And if you've got some level of health, maximum once per week, I would say. So yeah, check out my video on a much more in-depth explanation of that. But in general, yeah, you definitely need to be holding on to it in order to heal the best, in order to feel your best as well. I hold on to it as much as possible, of course. And I can tell you now, when you have that feeling, it is the best feeling, really, that I've had so far in the program, is when you feel really strong and grounded. And girls are more attracted to you because you emit an energy that's an unseen energy, because your aura is just more stronger and more grounded. You have this kind of center which is which you can't achieve in many ways without building up that sexual energy. So I hope that answers your question. Next one. Can the program be dangerous or cause imbalances if you don't do it at least 80%? Before I move on, the answer would be no to that. I want to know this because I realise how integrated everything is on the program and how they work off each other. I hope this isn't true, because I don't think a program should be designed like this. It should be designed so that you can do what you can and it won't harm you. I think this is why so many people leave the program. They say the program made them worse, but it's probably was because they weren't doing it correctly enough, and that made them worse. For example, synthetic vitamin D, and now they say it can potentially cause imbalances in one's chemistry. I think this doesn't happen on the program because all the other elements balance it out. But what if you weren't doing the program enough? Then that's where it could be dangerous. So if this is true, then people should be informed of this, and unless they will be able to do the program at least 80%. So yeah, no, that's incorrect. You've got to be wise about things. You can't turn around and say to practitioners, oh, I've just been doing saunas, but I've been eating junk food and I'm feeling bad. Well, yeah, but that's nothing to do with the program. That's just to do with not a very good thought process. In general, you want to be doing, the diet's the most important thing. So to me, it's just common sense that you just need to be doing the diet, and then once you got the diet there, you can add everything on, and everything's fine. If you just do the diet and you do enemas, no problem. If you just do the diet and just do saunas, no problem. you just do the diet and do supplements, no problem. But you can't go out and eat pizzas and eat junk food and then take the supplements, for example, and expect to feel good. Do you know what I mean? So you've always got to start with the diet, but that's just a given. And, people are aware of that when they're on the program. But yeah, obviously, and it's one of the reasons why we tell people to slow down sometimes on the program in order to move forward. If you had to do the program more than 80% all the time in order to feel good, then that wouldn't work. So yeah, hope that answers your question. I am having a hard time understanding whether I can eat sprouted grain tortillas or not. If possible, can you give me an ideas on a recipe with grass-fed beef? I have chicken growing out of my ears. I've been eating chicken every day since I started the program. I built a sauna. So we don't really recommend sprouted grains, but they're not too bad. Again, I don't do recipes. I don't make them, so I can't give you any recipes. I did a diet plan, which is in the members section of the website, which I'm sure would help you out. But the Nutritional Balancing Program diet, it's not based around recipes. It's based around simple pressure cooked foods, and we're not interested in fancying it up with recipes necessarily. Just because we're wanting the most precise healing program possible. So I've never really been into recipes, so I can't really give you any advice. But if you're wanting to eat some grass-fed beef, then I would just eat some grass-fed beef with some pressure-cooked vegetables. But yeah, check out the diet plan in the members area. Obviously, you're a client of mine, so you get it for free. And well done for building your sauna. I know you've sent me another message saying, do you use a heater? You can do, if it's struggling to heat the sauna up to the right temperature, then you can use a space heater. I've done that quite a few times, especially living in England because it's much colder. When I was in Thailand, I didn't need a heater, but in England, I found it much easier to use a space heater to warm up the environment a little bit, and then that made things much better. Cool. Hey Lewis, I've been reading some articles on adrenal burnout and the stages/phases of it. Many of the articles say not to do detoxification procedures because the body is too weak to handle all the toxins that are being let into the bloodstream. Can you talk about why we detox on the program, and should I ease my way into detoxing and let my body recover a little bit first? I have final exams coming up and I don't want to feel worse. So we believe that toxic metals are basically the root cause of most of people's problems. Now, considering it can take 10-15 years on a nutritional balancing program when you're detoxing the root causes of adrenal burnout, of ailments, of candida, of all these kind of different things, then I don't really understand how you can fix adrenal burnout without detoxifying the body. I have no idea. In my opinion, from my experience, it's borderline impossible. I've gone through fairly long periods on the program, maybe 2-3 months, whereby I've just ate the diet for whatever reason. And I've not really moved forward in my healing. I felt okay, I've hit an equilibrium, but I've not moved forwards. And I only move forward when I detox, although it feels bad. So I really can't see how you can really overcome adrenal burnout if you don't detoxify. Many people say the body's too weak to handle all the toxins. Again, working with hundreds of clients, and Dr. Wilson's worked with thousands of clients, that's not been the case. The body can handle, is fine, using enemas and saunas. Maybe a lot of people will do quite harsh detoxification procedures, which we wouldn't recommend because they're just too harsh on the body, and maybe that would be a problem for people in adrenal burnout. But from our experience, you know, it's not a problem. If you look at my video titled Riding the Waves of Nutritional Balancing, I talk a little bit about what your concerns about final exams coming up. You know, if you don't want to go through healing reactions for your exams, the best thing to do is just to follow the diet, maybe do a coffee enema now and again. That way that you know that you're unlikely to go through some healing reactions. Well, you can still go through some, but it's probably not going to be as intense as if you was doing detoxification procedures. But as I say, you know, I can't see how people can recover from adrenal burnout when it takes years and years to detoxify the body using very powerful techniques. So so that would be my opinion on that. All right, cool. I'm sure I saw a few comments or questions on YouTube, so I'll just take a look at that. It's quite a lot because I've not done a video for a couple of days. So, let's see. So one guy has left a comment on the derealization, depersonalization video. I live in Dubai and I was on my way back to Dubai after visiting family in the UK. I went to sleep on the plane and woke up and instantly knew something was up. And I thought it was jet lag or something, but I still have it to this day. It's been a year now, so I imagine this guy's talking about derealization. One of the biggest problems with flying is massive amounts of EMF. I mentioned about how the body does a really good job of keeping itself treading water. It's a little bit like balancing a plank between two rocks and putting weight on it. And something, it could be a flight, it could be an argument, it could be a stressful week, will just snap the plank, and then it's so difficult to get it back together. That's why you need some sort of healing modality. So that's probably what happened, in my opinion. The body had just got to that breaking point, and it was probably the EMF, the radiation on the flight, and flying in general is stressful anyway to the body for various different reasons that probably, you know, broke the camel's back, as many people like to refer it to. So one guy's asked, Accutane causes copper toxicity, how? Maybe reframe that comment a little bit to, you know, basically anything that causes stress on the body uses up a lot of the sedative minerals like calcium, magnesium, and especially zinc. And when the adrenal glands are weak and stressed out, which Accutane can cause that, then zinc is removed from the body, and this naturally causes an increase in copper. It's not that Accutane, you know, injects the body with copper, it's just a byproduct of stress is rising copper. Also, Accutane causes a lot of damage to the liver, and ceraplasmin, which is the copper binding enzyme, can be, you know, basically kind of disappears, and that causes an increase in copper as well. So, next question. Someone's wrote, where can I see your diet plan for hyperglycemia? Don't really have I don't have a diet plan for hyperglycemia. I work with clients, and if they've got hyperglycemia, I will adjust the diet plan of the nutritional balancing program for them. So I guess if you want to start a nutritional balancing program, then just send me an email, lewis@deephealingspace.com. If you've got hyperglycemia, then I can cater the diet plan to you. Someone's wrote, using psychedelics have given me depersonalization. I also blame weed for the most part. You know, I've heard people who smoke a lot of joints and they get brain toxicity and they're detached from reality. It's been a question I've been speaking about recently, actually. And, you know, Dr. Wilson says that marijuana use can cause toxicity in the brain. You know, I have spoke to a few people who've smoked a lot of weed and their brain isn't functioning properly. I don't blame it all on marijuana. It's probably due to lifestyle, stress and diet as well. But this guy's obviously come to the realisation, and I think he's probably correct. You know, it's not permanent in my opinion. You can definitely fix it, but it needs some sort of detoxification program to do that. Now this is a weird question. So this is a question on my derealisation and depersonalisation film, which is an hour and a half long, which I go into fine detail about my own personal journey and testimonials, hair analysis accounts, and I actually give away how to fix things for free. But someone's wrote that they don't believe me and they feel like I'm exploiting people for money. Definitely not a get-rich-quick scheme, the nutritional balancing program. I can assure you that now. But anyway, I'll leave it on that note, and if you've got any questions, send me an email, lewis@deephealingspace.com. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to donate, please go to www.paypal.me/Lewis Rowlands. Cool. See you soon.